last few days, Delhi has witnessed something which it did not for the past 4 decades. Several areas of the Indian capital were flooded, prompting evacuations of hundreds from the low-lying areas. The situation has left many with several questions. Well, we are here to answer a few of those questions. When and how Delhi was flooded? Were there any alternatives to avert the situation? When will the water recede? And what are the actions required if Delhi is flooded again? Well, for the first part of our story, let's go back in time to June 9, 2023, and 180 kilometers away from Delhi. This place is called Yamunanagar in the state of Haryana. Yamunanagar is important because the Hathnikund barrage is located here. This barrage controls the flow of the Yamuna river towards Delhi, and on the 9th of June, it had to open all of its 18 floodgates. The reason? Due to the rise in water flow after heavy rainfall in Yamuna's catchment area in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand. But things got out of hand on July 11, when the water flow increased to a roaring 350,000 cusecs, 5 times the normal. And that's why water released from the Hathnikund barrage this year took less time to reach Delhi, smashing all past predictions.
See, in my view, right now, any kind of short-term solution is not going to solve any problem. Yeah? If you do a short-term solution now, you can solve it for the time being. Again, next year when the same river gets into state, same rainfall or even more severe rainfall happens to happen, or more frequently it happens to come, we are not prepared for it. Yeah? So there is no point in attempting more and more short-term solutions. We need to have some solid, hard-nosed, long-term plan, making some really tough, hard decisions now to be able to tackle the issue from the long term.
But why blame it all on the Hathnikund barrage? Blatant encroachment on the Yamuna floodplains has cut down area for the floodwaters to pass. Wetlands which trap excess water have completely disappeared over the years, and a culprit no less. Huge dumps of waste and garbage. Here's another contributor, a damaged irrigation and flood control water regulator at the Indraprasth metro station. Reports suggest the regulator had not seen maintenance works for years, so when it witnessed huge water pressure, it gave away. And this led to flooding in one of the busiest areas of Delhi, like the Ring Road, Vikas Marg, Mathura Road, Bhairo Marg and Supreme Court Road. Apart from the faulty regulator, just take a look at this. Right now I'm standing at the ITO barrage. This is one of the main barrage in Delhi. There are around 32 gates in this barrage, and during the day of floods, 5 gates were jammed. The Navy teams, the Army teams who are working day and night have told us that they have managed to clear 4 gates, but 1 gate is still jammed due to a thick layer of slit. Long queues for food and water in these relief camps showcase a fallout of the might of nature. These people had lived on encroached lands for years. They'd made a living through agriculture on the floodplains. And now, the blowback. Stagnant floodwater has left them with nothing but uncertainty about the future.
बार बार बाढ़ आएगी तो देखी जाएगी आगे चल के फिर अपने गांव चले जाएंगे.
बाढ़ आ गई तो सारा खेत बह गया था. नहाने की तो बात छोड़ो, कपड़े धोने को भी, मुंह हाथ धोने को भी कभी कभार तो पानी भी नहीं रहता है. यहीं आते हैं हम लोग, धो के ले जाते हैं.
According to Professor K.T. Ravindranam, an urban planner, climate change and rapid infrastructure along the riverfronts are also to be blamed. He also added that the authorities should look for a long-term solution.
You have to understand the problem at 2 different levels. One is at the level of the climate change that's happening. Second thing is the kind of development that we have carried out in our city, disregarding the issues of flooding and low-lying areas. The kind of infrastructure we have developed along the riverfront is one of the major causes for the kind of problems we have.
More than anything else, perhaps, the floods in India's capital show up a grossly unready, unprepared, and taken for granted system. Authorities point out that sudden water release was just one end of it. Encroachment, uncleaned drains, and siltation are the main reasons. No quick fixes in sight here. Poor urban planning and decades of compromises made are to blame. Entire paradigms will have to change. Lessons will have to be learned and actioned for Delhi's sake.